Hello my friends, and welcome back to One Block at a Time. Today we're going to begin a new project, and that project is going to be to start building up the area around a trade center. Now, the reason we built the trade center so close to the goddess statue is because it's the goddess of water, and she's going to be the main symbol for basically people's survival in this world, because there's not much land and there's obviously no oceans. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be building a farmhouse, and this farmhouse, like all others, is going to be very valuable because it's on a good portion of land. Now in this world, because land is so scarce, it's the most important commodity and therefore the most valuable. So therefore, anyone who has land is going to be powerful. Now, that also means that all the farmers in this realm either are going to be at the whim of landowners or be landowners themselves. Because not only do you have the land, but you have the food. So what we're doing here is we're just building it up. We're starting the first tree that we need, and it's just going to be another one of these willows that we've made before. Now, it doesn't take too much time to make this tree, but it's better than a traditional Minecraft tree because it gives the islands more character, and that character is important. Now that we've finished the first island, we're actually going to go ahead and start on the second island. And like I've said in a previous One Block at a Time video, the islands don't move. They're stationary. They are not at the whims of the wind, like the ships and other buildings that float are. Now you see me running around, throwing vines on to symbolize the roots that are going to be growing down, from the plant life, the trees and the grass and anything else that's growing. So on the other island, I begin a second tree, which is important as well because the islands need character. You see me going out there outlining the dock. That's where the dock's going to be. I start outlining the farmhouse, building up the floor, creating the frame. And because, this person has money, they're going to be the only person on this island. And as such, they can build it however they want. They can have a large house, they can have a small house, but considering that they own the island, they're going to have money. So they're going to have a nice big house, as big as you can get on this island without ruining the land itself. I'm going across the top there, putting on some basic brick stairs because I think they work really well in contrast to this building. Just popping in, dropping in the windows, giving them some, some of those hatch window shutters. Now you see me coming in here and I'm creating a sewer pipe. Now what this pipe does is it draws all the poison out of the landscape that has basically been polluted there and empties it through the water in the sewer system. And after we finish that, we begin structure on the next 3 islands. And as such, this is important because this gentleman here is a farmer and a landowner. So as such, being a farmer and a landowner, obviously he's going to have some crops, he's going to have some materials. And we're building that up, we're setting up the torches, we're outlining the areas with wooden logs and fences so that the person who's working on these fields will be able to do so without fear of falling off of the islands. I'm going in through there, planted some wheat, some potatoes, planted a little bit of everything. Then after the fact, went through and created some pumpkin scarecrows with item frames that show what's being grown. Afterwards, I just simply went through, added more vines, fenced off the area to keep people from falling off, and then after finishing that, decided to start on the ship itself. Now, because he's a landowner and a farmer, he's going to have his own ship. So he's going to have a ship for deliveries as well as going to the goddess statue to pick up fresh water shards to basically fill up his wells and keep his crops growing. Now you see me going up here and creating, just a hot air blimp, real simple, using some firestone, basically some netherrack, going through, setting up our lamp, same traditional style that we used in the other builds, and then just going through and putting on the details. After the details on this ship were done, we went through and we began on the balloon itself, the Zeppelin part. And this actually wasn't the longest part, this was actually very easy. And as you can see, I'm almost done. But once I was done with the balloon itself, I felt it needed something. So I went through and I created a design to put across the balloon. And once that design was on there, I felt it really suited the balloon. Now that we're done, let's take a look at our completed structure. So, we started with the landmass of the main island and the secondary island, and we got them to be built just to what we needed them for this project. So we have the main island, which has the farmer's house on it, the landowner, because once again, remember, in this sky world, land is worth money, so the people who have land have the most power. So this landowner is actually a farmer, as we've demonstrated by building up this staircase up into his little farm plots with this extra land. We have the melon and pumpkin farm, we have the potato farm, the wheat farm, and of course the carrot farm. Now we have the scarecrow signifying what's going to be there. We have the roots from the actual farmland growing downward, and it just creates that nice feel to it. We have a sewer coming out from the side, where we have actually a gem from inside the sewer itself pouring outwards, trying to remove all poison from the land, and trying to keep the area pure. Then going over here, we of course have his airship, because how is he supposed to travel and trade his goods without an airship? At the last moment, I thought about making this design on the balloon, which I thought came out very nice, and of course we have the lantern to light his way so other ships can see him in the night. Now as you can see, we're really close to the trading post and also to the goddess statue, so that he can actually go and collect fresh divine shards and so forth to keep his well running. So for this episode of One Block at a Time, I've been Wawa, and I really hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll catch you guys later. Don't forget to like if you did like, it does help the channel. Talk to y'all later. Bye.